Hello everybody and welcome to Roll Together RPG and to the next episode of our Myth and Mythios series. My name is Josh, I use he, him pronouns, and I shall be your game master for tonight's ancient Greek game. And as you can see, I am joined by some absolutely fabulous people and I will get them to introduce themselves right now.
I will go first because last time we got confused about order, which is funny because there's only two of us. Hello, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm playing Elpinor, who is a bard.
Nice. Included information. Useful information this time. Yeah. Great. Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, as does my character Fig, sometimes known as Tisiphone, and she is a fighter.
Before we get into tonight's session, we have some sponsors and supporters to thank. Our sponsor for tonight is Phoenix Dice. You can go to phoenixdice.com to get yourself some clickety-clack math rocks, including some limited edition roll-together dice, which you can see are being wonderfully displayed on the screen right now. And if you use the code ROLLTOGETHER, all caps, at checkout, you can get 25% off of your purchase. We're also proud to support and be supported by Bearded Ladies, a clothing company made by Roll Together veterans Ed and G. You can find them in the description below, and if you search for them on social media as well, they do some really cool interview type things with people in different industries, so go check that out. Massive thank you to the D20 Club on Patreon. They are fantastic, they are the best. You can join them from as little as one of your local currency per month, or one goat, which must be sent to Tom for all of the ancient Greek reasons, by following the links in the description below. Speaking of the description below, if you like what you see, please do consider leaving a like on the video, commenting down below, and subscribing to our channel, because it helps us know what you like, so we know what to make more of for you. And with all of that, we are going to dive into tonight's session. In our last session, we had a bit of a sort of more chiller session. I was trying to think of a word that wasn't chiller, but it didn't happen. But we had a more down-to-earth session where we got to explore our characters a little bit more, got to interact with some NPCs, go to a few locations in the town, discovered some little bits, maybe pissed off a god that we may or may not know about. Well done, Fig.
I was not rude to her. I just wasn't overflowing with conversation. I was polite. I greeted her warmly.
You didn't give her a gift, though.
We were in a bath.
You could have given her some soap.
If she'd asked, Fig would have handed it to her.
You cut to Ellie just handing soap out to everyone in the men's section. Large man with like a thunderbolt tattoo going, "Thank you, young man. You're polite and deserve gifts." Yeah, thank you, sir.
There's a no. Moving swiftly on, because
I know where the tattoo
that joke is not PG. Anyway,
this stream's PG.
Yeah, is this PG? Yeah, that joke is not for live.
We've broken Josh. Anyway, what happened last episode?
Yeah.
Yes, there was a glorious performance had in the tavern where Ellie, Lucas, who is the owner of the Woodcutters, and Theo joined in as well and made a lovely sort of symphony within the tavern. Sponder was there. Sponder was an arse, seemingly not wanting to pay for anything, but Fig, using the drunkards in the place, tripped one and made them fall onto Sponder, spilling wine everywhere. Sponder left.
Oh, didn't trip. Just, made sure that there was stuff available that they could trip on as they got to that part of the room in the circle that we were walking around in.
It's called tactical warfare.
Yeah, I was nowhere near at the time.
But Sponder left in a huff. Bo sort of apologised, his bodyguard, and left. You managed to all have an enjoyable night for the rest of the night because that asshole weren't there, and you managed to get a long rest. You can hit long rest on the buttony thing if you used any of your features or anything, and you wake up the next day. Could I have Constitution saving throws from both of you, please? Let's see if you are feeling the effects of last night.
Oh, I see.
This will determine how much you drank.
Right. Yeah, I think she probably panic drank.
9 Although I don't know how much time I had to drink, but I just... I think I'm actually, for unconnected reasons, a little bit nervous about the meeting, but, you know. Anyway,
Did you roll, Matt?
So last session I was rolling physical dice and they were betraying me, so I thought I'd roll digital dice, and maybe I clearly have pissed off a god because I rolled a nat 1 for a 5.
Okay.
Cut to me holding your hair quietly. It's all right. It's all right.
I'm never drinking again. I'm gonna die.
That is what
Help me! No, I'm gonna die.
You're not going to die. Quietly, like trying to feed you water as well. Have we all did we sleep on one big bed? Is that what we did? How did we?
Did
Probably
you?
undone the effects of that bath.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Did you sleep in one room or did you sleep in separate rooms?
Can we afford more than one room?
Probably not.
How much, Josh, would you say a room is?
How much would we be able to do what when?
How much would a room be?
Oh, a room, 5 drachmi for a night.
I got 14 if you wanted. If we're happy to, that would obviously leave, if we did that would leave 4, which could still go in the pot. That doesn't make it terrible idea that, we use the money that we just got and we've made a profit for what happened. So, God, I'm just hearing you through the wall. Like, someone should probably go in.
It's one of those things where we're like, we'll treat ourselves and have a room each for the night instead of all 3 of us having to cramp onto this cart under a rough blanket. And then halfway through the night, you just hear Fig throwing up and crying. And we end up having to stay in the same room anyway because you can't leave her alone because she's like, I'm gonna die. There was a woman and I pissed her off and I'm gonna die.
No, it's true. The gods won't. I'm literally sort of like running my fingers through your hair. Going, the gods will understand. They're not angry with you.
They won't understand.
Theo, on the other hand, has a great night because he stays in that room on his own.
Yeah, just switch out the room. It would be too dark, so we're not making this canon.
I'm joking.
We're not making this canon, but I think it's funny that if someone knocked on the door, was like, "Shut up," and I yelled at them using it, and you just hear someone from be like, "Oh, use vicious mockery." You tell someone to F off and they drop dead. You're like, that isn't what happened. I'm taking care of my. I was about calling you my boss. You can't you're my hero. Yeah. In that true thing, I'm taking care. Look, it's my job to take care of you and make sure that you have fluids. So I think when morning comes, you're just like, I think I managed to get you into the bed, and I'm like passed out in a chair.
I'm just thinking, like, in the spirit of honouring that nat 1.
Yeah.
Amongst the burbling and the throwing up and the crying and the just being a messy drunk in general. In the whole I've pissed off the gods kind of chat. You will get moments of where you're like, no, you've not pissed off the gods. You've not. She will grab your face and be like, no, I have. I've done it's no. That cross at me. I should be dead.
No. I should be dead. as you poop me on the nose. No, I'm sure. No, I'm sure you don't. No, they're not cross at you. Why would the gods possibly be cross at you?
Because it's the one thing you're not supposed to do.
What?
Big one they're really mad about.
You didn't claim you were better than the gods, right? I mean, I slightly sort of lean back a bit where I'm like, oh god, literally, oh gods. What did you do, Vic?
Dad did that though.
What?
That was the problem. That was the problem.
Your dad angered the gods. Okay, shush. It's all right. You're right. Okay, we can. They're not mad at you. It's just again, I'm like rubbing little circles on your back. You're okay. You're all right.
All of this is happening, and you don't feel that great yourself, Ellie.
No, that's the 9 wasn't because I was drinking. The 9 was I have had my best friend slightly throw up on me a few times, and then had to be like, it's fine, I'll clean it, it's fine. But I would like to say to my credit, I've done a very good job of taking care of her. I've made sure she's had water. I've tried to get her into the bed, and then woken up when she got up again, and then was like, no, you really need to understand.
It's a purge. They're purging me.
I'll go get the
I've
cloth.
seen Hades.
What?
Ah!
She gets the zoomies, and I'm like, oh no.
Anyway, we'll
So-
eventually just completely pass out.
Yeah.
I was going to say, well, we might end up calling this episode the Drunken Hour.
I mean, it's the drunk hour of the soul.
Yeah.
Just like, I have never done any sins whatsoever, and have nothing to
Never.
confess. No, everything's fine. The gods are like, what a chill, cool dude. No one's angry at
Yeah,
me.
it's fine.
Yeah, everything's amazing. Yeah.
Okay.
Did
Anyway.
you stay?
Yeah. Sleeping in the. Again, I'm imagining it like a traditional hotel room where there is a chair.
Like a Premier Inn.
Yeah. So I think it is that when you wake up, I am asleep, like with my feet on the bed, like just sort of lying back. Don't think I mean, get a long rest, but don't get the best night's sleep. It's like, oh look, I'm worried about you. I'm making sure there's water for you. Which is, I think, every time you drunkenly like reach out, there seems to be water next to you. So, yeah. Morning. You hungry? You want food?
Food.
Yeah.
There is a waft of the smell of hot food coming from downstairs.
Oh, no.
No.
Not that food.
Okay. Do you want me? I can go get you something if you want.
What did Chloe put in that wine?
Yeah, I think when we were getting to the end, that was more wine than water, to be honest.
I don't remember much after Sponda left.
No. Well, it all got a bit loud and excitable, and Theo tried to dance on the table. It was impressive, but yeah. It was.
Did he do anything stupid with Chloe?
No, I think the poor boy is too scared, and
She's too old for him.
yes. Well, my mother was quite a bit older than my father, so I'm not quite sure how that works. But no, yes, he's a handsome, talented young man. There are other charming young ladies or men out there for him. So, he's becoming an adventurer, and if there's anything that people like, it's an adventurer.
Yeah. That's gone real well for us so far.
Hey, we're still here.
Trucking on. Thank you and sorry.
Hey, you've got nothing to apologise for, hero. It's all good. Part of the job. I won't mention this in the epics.
Not my finest hour.
No,
Okay, you
you're
can
not.
stop laughing.
I'm just happy. I'm happy. It's a beautiful morning, and I'm not coming up with new honorifics. And I put the tablet goes out of the way. The words.
I appreciate there's not the equivalent of, like, whatever the equivalent of a pillow is gets thrown at you.
Yeah, if you had looked in, like, I'm trying to find rhymes with spewer, that oceans, he's trying to be clever at, like, 3 a.m. by oil light. Yeah. No, well, you're up now. Hand you the water skin again. What do you want to do? We can...
How much of the day have we got before
sort of
we're
like
meeting
look
Corinna?
out the window at the sun. Josh, how long have we got?
I would say with the amount you were vomiting last night, it is probably early afternoon at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine. We said evening, right, for the meeting?
Tomorrow night.
Okay, so we got the rest of the day. Well, say we got until sundown. It's probably a couple of hours after midday. Do you want to sleep it off for a bit?
You need to tell me about dryads as well.
I can tell you what I know. Sure.
Yes, what do you know?
Women mainly live in the woods, protectors. Also very good at music. Don't upset them. They're protect Artemis. Artemis protects them and will turn you into a deer if you upset them. Beautiful. Yeah.
Yes. What? So actually, so all of the stories and things are actually just real then.
Well, everything has a grain of truth in it. And obviously people want things explained, like, the seasons, and I wouldn't say all, kind of like having to sort of like remember our conversation, not all the stories. Like, what did we say to Theo yesterday? It's not lying, it's being artistic with the truth. And to be honest, Fig, we've seen some things over the last few months, and there's a griffin on the run. Some would think that was ridiculous, but we know that they're real. I've just seen one myself.
I don't know if this is offensive or not. Do all dryads know each other?
I don't think that's... I think, from what I understand, there's a network. They probably all... I mean, there are dances in the woods, and I think there's... maybe they don't know each other by name, but they know each other by reputation. There's communication. Why are you worried that the dryads are going to spread some gossip?
I think I need to lean into the Tisiphone disguise a bit more today.
Okay. More sort of tough, more stoic. Yeah.
Maybe a bit more face paint.
Yeah. I think that's not a bad way
Like
for
the bags under my eyes.
I mean, the stories would want to know of a heavy drinking hero. Maybe less the repercussions, but it's all part of the narrative.
Yeah, but they're usually like the big and tall and strong buff ones.
True. But that's what the stories say. I mean, cunning Odysseus is known for having very short legs. He was a small man, from what I understand, but used his... And again, and then I slightly tap you on the side of the head. Used his brains, worked around his problems.
Ow.
You're not getting your not pillow back, that.
Well, I'm going to need to if I'm sleeping it off, so...
Okay. Head up. just so put it this way. Right.
I'm sorry for wasting our drag me.
It's not a waste. It's nice to sleep under roof for once. Also, Theo got a chance to spread out, Yeah, that boy, he did some good. He's had a break, and that's nice.
You mean just like, and sleep in a bed on his own and spread out, right?
I'll catch you later, Unfallen.
What? No, LP, not. No! Tell me! Do I need to beat someone up?
He's a good boy who was well trained by his hero. You sleep it off.
What?
I'll bring
I'm
some
a
food
terrible
up.
example. No.
I'll bring some food up in a couple of hours. You sleep it off.
She's just like slumped on the edge of the bed, just kind of reaching, just be like, pillow.
I before I leave, I make sure you have your pillow back. Once again, sort of like very gently, like rub the back slightly, and then.
Well, like now that she's more conscious, we'll slap it away.
I exit, and I'll go back to. I think I've said like so. Knock on my door, see if Theo's up.
No answer from the room.
Try the door.
You open the door. It looks empty. Looks like it's been cleaned recently.
All up, all our stuff still there.
Nope, it's all gone.
Right, hopefully he's. Yeah, I'm gonna head downstairs.
So you make your way downstairs, and you can see the lunchtime hour is sort of starting to sort of creep in. There are a couple of somehow the all-day drinkers from yesterday are back in the bar.
They're fine.
They're fine. There's nothing wrong with them.
Yeah, moderation.
Make me a perception check, please.
16.
You can see Chloe stood behind the bar area, and you can see Theo is walking around holding some dirty mugs and plates and things. He's bringing them, and he's walking out into where the kitchen area would be, putting them down, and he walks back out, and he walks over to a table where there is a young girl sat. If Fig was with you, she'd recognise the girl from last night, but he seems to stop and talk to her for a little bit, and there seems to be like a little bit of an exchange between them, and he turns around and walks away. Doesn't look like embarrassed or anything like he does when he talks to Chloe, but there's this little, well, not a little girl, but this teenager was sort of giggling at, you know, they were having a conversation. She was giggling, and he seems completely unfazed by it. And he's basically he's doing some work.
Unaware.
Yeah, completely oblivious.
She just thinks I'm really funny.
Yeah.
And she keeps like touching her hair. I hope her hair is okay.
He spots you and you go, oh Ellie, how's and he looks around. How's Tis doing?
The gods choose their bravest soldiers for their hardest battles, and sometimes they don't win, but they get up again on their feet after having a few more hours of rest.
You can just hear Chloe from behind the bar go, yeah, that sounded like a proper battle she was having last night. Oh.
Apologies for that, Chloe. I think we might owe
Look,
you.
as long as you clean it up, it's fine.
I have, yes. And she's going to, if with your permission, if we can make use of the room for a few more hours, she needs to.
I suppose I can. I do like Tis, so you know I'll let you have it for a couple more hours. I've got some people coming to stay tonight though, so we'll need you out before night.
That's fair. We've got things to be doing this.
Need to air the room out.
I think that's wise.
Yeah. Theo's been doing a wonderful job helping me work the bar. Well, at least tidying up the lunch shift and all that sort of stuff. So he's been. I'll slip him a couple of drachmi at the end.
You remain a most beneficent host. Thank you, Chloe. Just to sort of gesture, Theo, you had a good night's sleep, had a good rest.
Oh yeah, it's the first time I've had a big bed like that all to myself. It was lovely.
Lucky you. And you cleared out okay. Still got everything.
Yep, I took all of the stuff that we had with us down to the cart, and it's all up there and loaded and everything. I fed the horse and. Checked her hooves. If we're planning on leaving anytime soon, we're going to need to get that repaired. Going to need to have some like minor repairs for that done. I had a little look at that. The cart could do with some extra bits of wood. We could do with taking some with us because the cart looks like there might be certain bits that might break at certain points. So it'd be good to have that with us so we're not caught off guard if we're travelling quite far. I've also made, and he leans in. I've also made sure that Tiz is, and he's close enough now that nobody can hear. I've made sure that Fig's item is well hidden. sort of pulls back.
Oh, that's extra costs upon costs, but such is the life. No, thank you, Theo. Much appreciated. Good. No, so yes, we'll let her sleep for a little bit longer, and then I'll take her some food up in a couple of hours, if that's okay with you, Chloe.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I can have some stuff prepared. I do have some stuff that might help with a hangover, so I'll get that ready.
Oh, I have no idea what you mean, Chloe. She's a brave hero from myth and legends, but maybe
Yes.
she got... Yes, who knows what...
And all of the heroes from myth and legend never got absolutely drunk off of their feet.
Well, I don't know about Heracles, but yes, there are bits that the poets don't sing of. But no, thank you, Chloe. That's as I said, you're very kind. Much appreciated.
She nods and goes back to doing what she's doing. While you're down in the bar area, you watch as a big figure sort of steps in, and it's Bo. And he's looking around, and he walks over to the bar area and has a conversation with Chloe. You're close enough and to this to hear, and he's apologising to Chloe for Sponder's the way Sponder acted the evening before, and he hands her a pouch of drachmae. This is to cover what he didn't pay last night. I apologise for the way that he acted. You should not be underpaid for the work for the service that you offer, and I thank you very much. And she takes the coin and she sort of holds his hands and sort of strokes it a bit. Thank you, Bo. That's really kind of you. You don't need to roll insight. There's a connection between these two. He gives a bit of a smile and looks to you, Ellie, and goes, "Morning, Ellie. Are you okay?"
Yes, not too bad. It was a good turnout last night. People seem to appreciate it. How about you? How are you?
Yeah, it was good. Well, as good as it can be with working for him. But was somebody ill last night? I could hear somebody throwing up all the way from the villa.
Great heroes have great battles,
And a great set of lungs, apparently.
Yes, it's truly. The gods have their attention on. They make life interesting. But no. Yes, maybe the fact that you heard it at a good distance, maybe that's something that we keep between the two of us, eh?
It's going to be a bit hard. The whole town heard it.
There was a harpy, I say, very quietly as I start.
Oh, bugger.
Yeah,
I don't even know if they say that in Greece, but they say that now.
It probably translates it. Yes, but fortunately, our great hero was able to drive it back. But now she is resting. For though she is mighty, she is but human and needs to.
Some might say, and this is Chloe, some might say that she's expelled her demons. Very violently by the sound of it.
That's I kind of like sort of salute with the pad to Chloe as going like all the things that if you spend time with writers where you're like, oh god, okay, right, well, okay, you're taking that from me now. No, that's yes, the demons are expelled, the town remains healthy, and the ferry, I take it, hasn't arrived yet.
No, I've been looking out from the villa to have a look. I can see the storm off in the distance, but no sign of the ferry. It should, if it doesn't turn up today, then there's going to be a bit of concern, I think.
Yes, that's quite the storm's not coming this way, I hope.
No, it's heading south.
Well, Poseidon bless those on board the ships, but yeah, we can but hope. Anyway.
Theo is stood next to you, and he watched that exchange between Chloe and Bo, and he's got a little hint of jealousy on his face.
Noted.
Right, I best get back to the boss. I will.
Yes.
I'll see you later.
You take care, Bo. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Yep. And he walks out and leaves, leaving you and Theo. Chloe carries on and does some work, and as she walks away, the girl from the table walks over and see you later, Theo. Sort of waves and then sort of leaves. He's like, bye, Phoebe.
She seems polite.
Yeah, she's nice. Hang on, that's not his voice. Yeah, she's nice. We've spoken a few times. Hang out every now and then when you're not here and I don't come with you.
That's. I'm glad you've got other friends, Theo. You probably don't want to just spend your time with a bunch of old fools like me and the boss. But,
You're not that old compared to me. You're only a few years older, aren't you?
Okay, Josh, I just gotta, you've been doing a lovely job with Theo, and he's very, very sweet, but I think that's the most unbelievable thing I think you've said as a teenage boy.
What? Not just
He's 15, and we are, in our early 20s. We are ancient.
Oh yeah, there's a hint of sarcasm to his voice when he says it. Not that much older than me, are you?
No, well, a few years is quite a difference in this world, Theo. But no, she seems very nice. Do you know her? Have you met her family? Or
her dad owns the owns the woodcutting stuff. So
Luca of the flute. Yes.
Yes. Apparently they're looking to move a little further east or something. They've been having some problems in that direction. Phoebe was telling me there's been a lot more wolves and strange figures in the woods to the east. So I don't know if that's something that we could potentially look into as a job. Maybe go speak to Lucas.
I mean, if we want to, maybe we could go around and have a word with Lucas. He's a good man, and also, as we might have mentioned, the cart does need a bit more wood, need some fixing. So maybe that's we'll definitely put that on the list of things to do. And as I said, I'm glad you're making friends, Theo.
Thanks.
What Tiz teaches you with weapon, I would also teach you that sometimes it never hurts to have friends, to be able to speak, to charm, maybe see what you can get in life.
Thank you.
Anyway, I'm probably keeping you from your work.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Sorry.
No.
But yes, I'm gonna go now. I think
Yes,
everyone starts.
Sort of
You can move things up.
tap him with the staves and the pad.
Yeah.
Good luck for you. I'm gonna let Fig sleep, and as I said, when things quieten down a bit, and I can take some not cooked food up and see how she's doing.
Yeah.
Just bread.
It's just bread just to absorb it all. Yeah. A couple more hours than you're expecting pass, probably 3 or 4. It's getting to that sort of time where the sun's beginning to set now, and Chloe's like, I need the room back now. I've got people coming tonight.
I think Fig will have tried to sleep for a bit, but if she'd noticed, sort of deliriously noticed the sun getting lower, will have sort of reluctantly dragged herself out of the bed and started crawling around to make sure is everything cleaned up.
There's a big bowl of sick, basically, that's
Yeah.
not been gotten rid of yet, because obviously there's no sinks or anything around, so it would need to be taken outside and sort of thrown.
I've done my best to put a cloth over it so it doesn't.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did what I could. Yeah.
Sort of like a fragranced cloth. You sort of soaked it in. You sort of soaked it in something like some oil, some scented oils and things, and stuck that over the top. So it sort of kind of tries to hide the smell.
Wow. Yeah.
But will have been, as crawling around, will have been Athena, grant me the wisdom to never do that again.
We cut away. Fig's now just asleep on the floor again. Just she tried. She got
Robin appears and says, ha ha, and then disappears again. I'm joking. Yeah, but
Manners maketh the lady.
after a few hours, as I said, after a few hours, you can go back upstairs, Ellie, and provide some bread for Fig and a strange concoction, like a cocktail drink that's been provided to you by Chloe. Doesn't smell or taste the nicest, but you trust Chloe. You down it, and it settles. It helps to settle your stomach combined with the bread. It's sort of like a hangover drink, as it were. And you feel a little bit more human.
Just about.
Just about.
Thank you.
Right. Well, if you're feeling well, then she needs the room back. So if you're okay,
No, time to be a. Grr.
you need to put on your war paint, or
Yeah.
I can give you the room.
Oh, yeah, it's fine. She's got she's pulled her armor and her clothes on. The hair, which was lovely after the bath, is definitely kind of a little bit plastered still.
I just sit you down on the bed and go into your stuff, get the comb and stuff, and just start. So I start trying to make your hair look a bit more.
It's fine. I've got it. It's
You
fine.
sure?
Yes.
You got olive. You'll find out. Anyway,
What?
you just as I just pick something and just there you go. You're good. Just it's
I've got the tinder box.
Loads of slobber is just there, and you just.
It's fine. Adds to the scary image. We'll take the tinderbox, light. I guess they wouldn't have matches. What would the equivalent be?
that'll be like a sort of
Flint stone type thing.
Little flint.
The flint stones.
I guess, it's going to be something, but basically I'm trying to make coal or something to sort of smear dark eyeliner, smudgy, scary.
I'd say it's not without reason that you'd have a very small pouch on your belt that you can just stick two fingers into and just sort of do that already.
Do the Rambo.
Yeah.
It would be more sort of darkening the eyelids and the sockets, and then sort of taking it down rather than the Rambo stripes. But yeah.
Well, look, she's a raccoon, just with the backs.
Have I done it right? Do I look okay? Are you still drunk?
Yeah.
How's my makeup?
And then it starts running and it gets exactly how you want it.
It's fine. It's scary. Let's
Absolutely.
go meet some dryads.
Oh yes. By the way, you fought a harpy last night and won. So
Sure.
if anyone
Thanks.
asks,
Noted. Where did we put the body?
the body fell into the ocean and was consumed by.
So far away from the hotel, from the inn.
That's why, but the call of adventure draws you forth. From the roof it flew. You stabbed it with your great spear and it plummeted. And maybe Sponder poured a glass of water over his crotch, and that in terror. There's things that we can work on it. It's a story. It's an epic, and the more that the unfallen, the great tales, it gives me material.
We'll just kind of give your shoulder a squeeze. She's not fully verbal yet.
No,
Still.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ellie's like, cool, I am going to have to be the mouthpiece at this meeting. Which I'm fine with. It's not a problem, but okay. The stronger, I think also because you last night said, I'm taking on this form. I was like, the strongest, scary, silent, big stick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
You can both make your way towards Corinna's shop. You can see that she has closed it early for today. But you can enter in, and she is there mixing some herbs and things together as you walk in. It's good to see. Hang on, she was an elderly. She was older, weren't she?
40s.
Yeah. So older for Theo.
Then Theo, yes.
Poor Theo, she's an old lady. Yes, it's good to see you both. I hope you're okay. It sounded like we were being attacked by some sort of demon last night. Did you hear that?
Harpies.
There was a harpy.
Harpies? Oh, that's really concerning. I'd best let my friends know that if there's harpies around as well as undead.
They're gone. Dealt with.
They're gone.
Different.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you make me deception checks, please? I'm going to ask for Fig to do it with disadvantage.
Fair.
15.
Okay, does this count? I'm going to have to take a picture of this because one of them is technically cocked. But I technically rolled 2 20s.
We go over to the adjudicators.
I mean, I'm going to allow it just because, it's 2 natural 20s. And then if you can send the picture over, I'll put that in the chat. I'll put that over one of our faces.
Like I said, it's technically a little bit cocked, but because it's on top of another dice. But I'll take it.
Manage that.
Turns
No,
out beloved by the gods.
okay. She sort of narrows her eyes a little bit towards you, Ellie, but sort of nods. Okay. Yep. I'm not going to question any more into that. Right. I've heard back from my contact in the woods to the east, to the Dryads. They didn't give me much information. They just asked for me to send my champions to them. So, I mean, that's going to be...
What, you're not coming with?
No, I need to stay here. The town needs to... Somebody needs to run the town. Sponder's not doing it.
Okay. Did Elpinor pass on the woods and the wolves note?
To you, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, if we're going to be going into the woods, we may as well quickly swing by Lucas's
Lucas.
and check what he wants first, right?
Yes, I think that's probably a... Theo's with us, right?
He stood there. He sort of stood behind the pair of you.
Yes, we probably Lucas and his daughter. We got to meet her today. She's a nice young lady. But yes, I think the more appreciative, it kind of like goes. There was discussion that Theo mentioned that people might be trying to leave because of this issue in the woods. So I think the sooner we can resolve it, probably the best. Wolves and mysterious folks.
I'd be careful with that. It might be. I don't know all of Lucas's business, but it might be that they are encroaching on the Dryads' territory. There is an arrangement between Dryads and humans where certain areas of forests and woods are not touched.
Okay, that might be... Well, that's an extra step. Just checking the feeling with the Dryads is... If that is true, they're not angry at the town. They would...
I don't think so. There wasn't any anger or anything that came across in the message I received.
Okay. All
it was just send your champions to this location, and she says where the location is. It's far to the east. About a 3 days travel.
Oh, 3 days.
3 days.
Okay.
It's yes,
deep within the woods, nowhere near where the battlefield is, though.
Sure. What are do you have their names so we can be polite and be specific about which Dryads we're meeting?
Yes, you'll want to meet with their leader, Erides. Erides, if I said that right.
I don't
Have
think
you said
did.
that right?
Probably not.
It wouldn't happen to be Eurydice, would it?
There we go, yeah. Probably.
Uh-huh.
Let me put it in the chat.
This is fine.
This is fine. I think...
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think Ellie also verbally goes, well, that's fine. Well, okay. Again, it's like Tom is staring at the words, as is he, where he's like, and has to very quietly close the pad and be like, okay, realise that Fig's a little bit non-verbal as well. Yes, okay. So we'll. Anything else you'd like us? Any other little missions? Any herbs you want brought back?
I could do with some herbs being collected and brought back. They are within the Dryads' grove, so you will need to ask permission before picking them.
Of course, of course.
Sure.
Yes.
Have you got anything that keeps wolves at bay?
I have some wolfsbane.
That
I could do
sounds
some of
like
that.
it would do that job.
Yeah, it's not the most pleasant smelling, but it's I've got it more in like a sort of candle format. So you sort of stick it on your belt and light it, and it would exhume a smoke that would sort of turn the wolves away from you.
I mean, anything that can stop wolves trying to gnaw on us is probably for the best.
Yeah, I could. I've only got 3, so
We're not depriving you if we take those, right?
no. I mean, you have to pay for them, but
No, of course. I just want to make sure that you're not expecting a large quantity of people to go into the woods. But no, yes, I'm happy.
I suppose if we are doing our usual thing of leaving Theo in a slightly safer area and heading into the more dangerous parts ourselves, then we could... It might be worth leaving one with Lucas if he's having problems, if he's out on his wood foraging. Maybe he ought to have one. And by give one to him, I mean leave one here and tell him that you've got some. So he can buy it himself for his next.
yeah, he hasn't gone out with his people today because for that very reason that they didn't have enough. But I said I was out of stock at the time because I wanted to keep some back for you in case you asked for them. Well, I was going to offer to you anyway. But if you'd like to give one to Lucas, you can take this to him and get him to reimburse you for it.
Well, yes, I suppose we could do that. Or we could just tell him that you've got some and then it's up to him whether he buys it or not.
Bet you found one in a box in the back room. But,
Okay,
how much do we owe you for the...
It would be 2 drachmi.
Oh, that's reaching, paying from the money from last night.
Yep.
Also, I think a drachmi has gone for general, like, thank you for being nice and not kicking us out. And, you know, like when you stay in a hotel for the late fee.
A tip, yeah.
Tip, yeah. So that, yeah, I think there's 1 drachmi left over from last night. But that's fine, we can use that to, I don't know, buy some pomegranates or something. Thank you.
You need to get some wood for your cart.
Yes, that's also going to be an issue.
Well, we got paid from Sponder. How much have we got left for that?
About, with all that, maybe 35.
Okay.
It's doable.
We've had our fancy night in the tavern with the baths.
Yeah.
Back to the old cart it is.
I think if we've left and we're walking, and that's the same thing. So like, Theo, yes, that's probably the blacksmith's not back. Do we need our horse? Want to make sure that she's cared for, that her hoof doesn't split.
Yeah, I think we can push it for this journey, but it's going to be a case of as soon as we get back, that needs to be the first thing that we do.
Noted. Yes, there's no point.
Before anything else, before we spend money on anything else, we need to sort the horse out. Otherwise, it's not going to be good.
No. Okay, so
Lucas's.
Let's see if we can get some wood for the cart.
You can make your way around to Lucas's. All of these buildings are pretty much the same. They are sort of like your traditional ancient Greece, sort of like stone buildings that don't really have windows and doors. They have they do have windows and doors, but
it's also hot and actually it's easy.
It's very hot. There are more shutters, more shutters than like actual windows, glass windows and things. And you know which one is Lucas's because it is the one that has the sort of what would have been a garden, a fenced garden, is just full of stacks and stacks and stacks of various different shapes and sizes of wood, down to firewood down to wood that's used to construct the framework for buildings. And you can walk up to it and give a knock on the door, and you say, "Come in."
Thank you. I'll let Fig go first because I'm still keeping I'm your
Wood, please. Wood for cart.
What the great hero is asking is that our cart currently requires wood.
Oh, Ellie, yes, it's good to see you. Good
to see you.
performance last night. Your friend there can sing.
Yes, he's a man of many talents, secretive, but greatly useful. But
Did you hear the noises last night?
Yes,
Harpies.
Harpies.
Harpies?
But
Wow.
slain. These are unpredictable times. Things.
They definitely are with everything going on. Yes. What can I do for you? Sorry, you said something you needed wood for your cart?
Well, that's the thing, Lucas. We need wood for the cart, but we're also hearing from sources, maybe even passed down by yourself, that there are strange occurrences in the woods where you have been, and we are honestly interested. We'd like to hear about these. The wolves and the strange happenings. Actually, if you could tell us anything, we were planning to head out that way a few days, and any information would be. Also, they found more of that wolfsbane stuff. Which is
Karina has
shops.
more wolfsbane. Oh, that's good.
Yes. So
Okay, I know she's waiting for a shipment from Athens and was running pretty low on stock. That's why I haven't gone out with the people with my crew today. So. But if she's got one more, then I could purchase that for the time being. Thank you for the information. But in terms of what's going on, we've had to start moving more east, more into the deeper part of the woods. We're starting to run out of sort of trees to the right type of tree for us to cut down. And the crew have been saying, and I've seen it a couple of times as well, there's been a lot of wolves around. We've had to withdraw from certain areas, and really strange is we've seen a lot of trees that look like people and have been staring at us, or at least it looks like this. Sorry,
Don't cut those down.
and we haven't dared go close enough to them because we're not sure if it's just sort of like something that's like an illusion of the forest sort of thing, but it's not. We're going to need to push forward at some point. I'll tell you what, if you want to do me something, I'll pay you for it, obviously, but if you could find out what it is that is spooking us there and stop it from spooking us, I'll pay you 20 drachmae. Does that sound fair?
20's very generous. If it does turn out that this wood is unacceptable for your work, are there other woods that you might be able to go to?
It's going to require us to travel a little bit further away from the town than what I'm comfortable with, but we could make it work, but it's going to cost us a lot more money.
Yes, that would be
A lot more drachmae.
Yes. Okay. Well, you're very generous with your money. I understand these are trying times, but yes, since we're out
We
there,
will find a solution.
we will find a solution. Yes, but as we said, we're planning to head out. Theo.
Yeah.
Yes, obviously, Theo has a better understanding of the maintenance of the cart than myself, or the hero here. So, Theo, if you can tell the good sir what we require, and then we'll hopefully get on our way.
Yeah, I can do that. Oh, yeah, no, that's fine. I can definitely recognise you. You hang around with my daughter, don't you? I do say yes. It's good. It's good that she has a. It's good that she has a friend of the same age. There's not many of them around here.
It just looks at Theo. What?
Nothing. She's just a friend. But yes, we could do, and he lists off the different types of wood that all the different sizes that he needs. So, yep, I can do that. I will say that I can't give this to you for free, so it's going to have to come out of the payment that I pay you at the end, unless you have drachmae now.
How much, Lucas, are you expecting?
What for all of this wood? It's going to cost you about 30 drachmae in total.
What?
I mean,
We stayed at the tavern for so much less.
well, especially with the difficulty of the wood. I tell you what,
We've got a bit of a shortage there, Tiss. You know, I mean, I haven't even upped my prices. This is my normal price. I'm going to have to up the prices soon if I start running out of the stock out the back.
if you are happy, Lucas, if we take, rather than you pay us, you pay us with the wood now, and we return hopefully with good news.
I mean, you're saying that you might hopefully return with good news, which means that it might not go in my favour, which means I will have to relocate to a different wood, which will cost me more money, which then means you technically haven't done the job that I've paid you in wood for.
Well,
So I've lost money then.
I believe you just wanted us to know what was happening rather than
And solve it so my people can get on with their work. Optional questline. Do you side with the cutters or do you side with the dryads? Unlocked.
We will figure it out. Kind of looks at Elpinor properly getting stuck into the quandary here. It's fine. We will figure it out.
We will figure it out.
We thank you for your wood.
Yep, 30 drachmae, please.
You said you were literally the one that offered us payment in wood.
But
You did offer us the payment in wood.
yes, but you need to be able to. Okay, all right. I will give you it. But if you can't, if my men can't advance in that forest further, I will need full payment.
Agreed.
I can't lose money on it. You know, everybody. We are only small businesses technically around here, so
We too are a small business.
exactly. So you understand how it works.
Yes. Nice home you have. Handshake.
Shakes hands.
Slightly squinting in the background.
You can see that it is his home, but it's also his office as well because it hasn't got enough space.
Uh-huh. He owns property.
Yeah,
He does.
he probably built it. To be fair,
Technically, we're homeless.
technically. Okay, so
Right,
you are.
yes.
Theo goes with Lucas to pick out the wood that's needed for the cart. He'll bring that to the cart. That'll be loaded in, and you are, if you'd like to, could leave now. It is night time now, so you could stay in the town another night, or you could get a head start and make your way on the 3-day journey.
What are you feeling?
Let's get a head start.
Yeah.
I'm feeling fine enough, and I've had a long sleep all day, so I can take the first part of it while you two sleep.
Come on, Theo. Hop
Yep.
in the back.
Okay. I should also clarify as well when I say that Lucas's crew would have to go further afield. It takes them 3 days to get to the bit of woodland where you are now going in order to cut the wood. It would take them over a week to get to where the next woodland is. And obviously they have to pay. He has to. I didn't really explain that when we were having the conversation, but that's the gist of what he would have said to you. And he would have to pay his people an extra, I think it's like an extra 6 or 7 days wage for the extra travel time.
Because it's 2 weeks rather than under a week.
Yeah, rather than 6 days, yeah.
Yeah. Again, just sitting in the back going, it's sort of like, because I'm imagining Fig sort of with the horse. I'm like, so what exactly have we agreed to?
We have wood. We have
Yes.
wood now.
Yes.
We need to go speak to the dryads, which, to be clear, I didn't think were a real thing until yesterday, and the rest of the town is not going to believe are real. But we need to speak to them and find out. We can stop the wolves. So maybe there's opportunities for Lucas's lot to still deal with, to still use the wood in the bit that the wolves are in. But it sounds like the wolves and the dryads are pretty close. We need to find out if the dryads are sending the wolves. Because if they're sending the wolves to protect their bit of woods, then I guess. No, because he said that the wolves were in an area that they then avoided, and then the new area they went in, there were the faces in the trees, right?
That sounds right. But,
So if we get rid of the wolves, that might solve both problems. But we should speak to the dryads first to see if how they feel about the wolves, because they also don't like the wolves and are having problems with the wolves. I don't know, maybe the wolves are scratching their trees or peeing on them. They might not like that, and then we'll have been doing the dryads a favour as well.
And they might be okay with having a bunch of men wandering into their sacred grove. Hope, eh?
But also, if the dryads know more about what's going on with this battlefield, which, again, I feel like this feels like a problem bigger than us. Right? I know I'm trying to be this go around fix it mercenary. I don't know if I can fix that, but
I don't know, to be honest, Fig. It'd be nice to think that we can solve this. But, you know, if we can get through this peacefully. But, I mean, we are riding back towards the place we moved away from at very great speed. But honestly, if it turns out the armies of the dead are walking these lands, maybe the disagreement of a carpenter's not that big. Well, I suppose in the grand scale of things, it doesn't matter, but it does matter for these people, especially sort of look to the direction of the sea, especially if the boats never come in.
if the boats don't come in, if the army of the undead get close to the town, whether Lucas and his men can harvest in that particular bit of woods or not is kind of a moot point.
Yeah, just sort of fall into solemn quietness at that. That's, yeah.
Hey, play one of your tunes.
Sure. Any requests?
Not one of the sad ones. Not too chirpy, it's the middle of the night. We don't want to attract too much attention.
Very quietly.
It's a bit nice.
And it is basically a song of... It's like a song of meadows, and that's sort of, again, the quiet. That if you look deep into it, you're like, there is an excellent chance that the man in the song is going to go to war, but is that same sort of the hope of this is now and we can live in this moment. And he's inadvertently, it is kind of sad, but also, you know, it's quite beautiful. And yeah.
Fig hums along.
Yeah, Ali smiles at that. That's nice. Looks at Theo, he's just like...
Yeah,
he's passed out. Yeah. He's long asleep, and over the course of the next 3 days, nothing of note happens. You just travel along. You do have to stop the cart for some minor repairs to be done. Theo has to sort of fix it with some wood, gets the pair of you involved to help as well as he sort of fixes one of the wheels and does all of that stuff. But eventually you begin to make your way into the woods where the map tells you to, and it gets to a point you can see where trees have been cut down, and it's not like Lucas's people have been going along and just cutting every single tree down that they can. You can see that they've been going and clearly inspecting which trees they need to cut down, or should cut down really, and which ones they should just leave alone. And so they've been tactically cutting trees down. You've not seen any of them, so they probably went a different path back up to the town. But as you go through, eventually it gets to a point where there's so many roots on the ground that the cart can't physically go any further. Mm-hmm. So you're going to have to leave the cart sort of around here somewhere.
Is there a place that actually looks safe to leave the cart before we get to that?
If you were to go back a little bit, not by much, but move back so the roots aren't so prominent on the ground, you could find a nice little alcove area of bushes and trees that's under a great big tree, sort of like acts as almost like a natural tent type thing. You could sort of put the cart in there and have the horse on the outside. So you keep the cart nice and dry and safe and potentially well hidden, and then the horse could sort of be left to graze outside. Theo will say, I think it's best that I stay with the horse and cart just in case any wolves do come. I can, if you wouldn't mind leaving one of the wolfsbane, I can use that to scare them off or get them away from us so that we don't lose the horse.
We'll make sure he has the short sword as well.
Yeah, the sword.
Yeah, thanks.
You got it.
Thank you. Looks a bit nervous, but also slightly elated at the fact that he has it. And he's like, yeah, right. And
Remember, they can smell your fear.
Yes, I'll light the wolfsbane before they get too close. Sheath the sword.
And you matter here, Theo. If you need to go, if it gets bad, go. We'll take care of each other. Don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take Calliope. It's the horse's name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. If I feel that that when I can't defend here, Calliope and I will run.
Let her run. Yeah. She'll know
lad.
what to do. She'll keep herself safe.
Yeah.
You look after you.
Well, both of you take care as well. If these dryads are like the legends or the myths say, then
Oh, come here! Don't get soppy. Like pulls him into a big hug.
Oh, he gives you a hug back and sort of like he does squeeze a little bit harder than what you might expect him to. You throw up all over his back. No, I'm joking. It's been 3 days.
Why were you still drinking on the card?
Yeah. Oh god,
Hair
now
of
we
the
got a
dog.
problem.
It's after 5 somewhere.
But yep, you can leave Theo, Calliope in the cart and begin making your way further into the woods. And we're going to end the session with you having walked for a few hours over these routes and things, and you begin to see the silhouettes of what looks to be people in the distance, and then they start slowly moving towards you, not quite in a natural sort of way. And as they step out into the moonlight, as it's now dark, you can see wooden features, faces unmoving as you meet the dryads. And I think that is a good place for us to end today's session. Please do join us in 2 weeks where we will have the proper conversation with them and see which questline the party want to go with. If you've liked what you've seen, please do consider watching us or joining us on Twitch on Mondays and Tuesdays from 6 p.m. UK time, where we do other D&D content, and on Wednesdays for our live world building / talk togethering sort of stuff. Massive thank you to our sponsors, supporters, and to the D20 Club and Dice Heads on Patreon. They are fantastic. They are the best. You can join them from as little as 1 of your local currency per month, or 1 goat, which must be sent to Tom for all of the Greek reasons. We will see you next time. Goodbye.